of planes that crashed in 9/11. So everybody turns into the very, very anxious and very stressful persons. But at the same time, government says to the police, "Hey, drugs, you can use it." So they forced absolutely many people to they have a stress and how to avoid the stress. It's a natural thing. As a biologic, I graduated biologic classes. So you have a biologic things, and all everything works because of biologic things, and it's some things like as you can see, there's the biologic thing. So if you have a dog in your house, right? If dog have did some wrong things, you will say, "Oh, you don't have a food." But if dog did good things for you, you will pay some kind of sugar or something like that, and something like that, right? So this is how it works. So why many peoples are fat? Because television gives them information all the time. Because there's the Russians with their fucking nuclear weapons, there's some kind of global warming, there's some kind of another bullshit and something like that. But there's the McDonald bullshit right about your right just before your window. And many people goes to the this kind of small restaurants, and nowadays it's not just because of I mean McDonald's. There's a lot of Chinese foods, I don't know, another foods or something like that. So they put you on another drug. The drug is when you, and why many people they are
Drug
fat.
sugar. It's sugar.
Yes, it's not just the sugar. It's because of many other things that they put into fucking hamburger. And in a hamburger, where's the sugar? Of course, there's not the sugar, but they used a special uh, taste thing that they okay, they can turn well, as a nationalist, I can tell you that I can turn a piece of paper into the very delicious thing because I know the chemical parts, you know, and you will eat it. And if you have a stress, as example, before 5 minutes, we used as an example just a simple cat. So right now we can use thousands of people as an example. They have a stress. They need dopamine in their minds. So once they comes into the McDonald's, they eating this very sugary food. They eating very let's say hamburgers with a lot of special things for made up the taste. So they becomes food junkies to avoid the stress. So there's no difference beside you, and so that's why government always trying to show you how life is shitty, and at the same time they gives you a lot of possibilities. You want to be a normal junkie, so polite junkie, so becomes fat, uses fucking uh food or something like that, or you can be another junkie, not polite, and use drugs, and we will bring you into the prison. But prison works on the taxes of the peoples who eats in fucking McDonald's. So everything inside the chain. So what that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, is it that grand though that the whole system is designed to destroy us? Maybe. I mean, or is it just people that are using this to make a profit? Because and that you can almost see where they say capitalism is a disease that is going to destroy us. But if you pull, it's almost like a two-edged sword, because one side of it is we absolutely need entrepreneurship, where you like look at like Elon Musk. I mean, if he was not blowing up rockets every single day, pushing forward, trying to get us to do something different and get out there and be more than the carnal guys that are sitting around like Genghis Khan types, that just wanted to conquer the world. Well, guess what? That's already happened. That ship has sailed. This world's been conquered. We are witnessing it already. But there's the other side of it that's like they're trying to destroy us. And is that the population control side of it? Maybe. I don't know.
Of course, it's a population control, and I can tell you how it works. But just because you can see nothing changed, absolutely nothing changed from. Okay, for example, I'm just asking. Let's say I'm just wondering. I'm just a man from the UFO, and I'm asking for you. How many in your life Catholics do you have in your life? How many
Catholics?
Catholics? Yes, religious peoples.
Well, I got lots of religious people around me. My mom's religious. My father-in-law is religious. But Catholics
Okay.
directly, no Catholics. Different religions, but generally
Hmm.
Christian.
Okay. Okay. And another man. How was yours? How many your religion peoples do you have? I just want you
Can't
to
hear you, Grid
real.
Fingers, if you're talking.
No, I just want to ask you how old your religion is. But the same time at the okay, but at the same time, you have a historical schools, historical in your in education system. Of course, you have school hours, which ones stands for it was great Greece, and uh, pyramid times and all of kind of things. But uh, tell me, please, they told you that it was the Seth back in the days. I mean, back in the days where all the mankind comes from. I mean, Niels River generation. Some kind of it comes from Africa. And where is those gods right now? I mean, god of sun and the god of the moon and some kind of the where is it? Okay, so there's a big so, but evolution and a god, evolution and a god, there's the big two difference. But they teaching people. Well, I believe in the good hearts. That's what's up. But mm, it's not just about an American. I believe in the good hearts all over the world. There's the good hearts, and I will say, if I will die, and of course I will die because everything that was burned, everything, everybody, yeah, yes, of course, but I'm not talking about directly about Americans. I'm talking about, for example, especially uh, education systems. They said that it was populations on the Nile River, historically, and Nile's River, Nile, Nile River. Yeah, 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 yes, and everything turns into the Nile.
I'm fine with that. Doesn't matter. That's good.
Yes, absolutely.
I was actually just going to say that yeah, Hispanic, yeah. Yeah, it's, yeah. So I look at the future of all this, and I watch what Elon Musk is doing, and I'm sorry, I'm a big follower of what he's doing because I believe that is our future. That is the true Star Trek future for us, is to not sit here and think that our countries are all different because we don't want to ever forget our cultures. We don't ever want to forget our languages. But obviously, English is slowly becoming the universal language because I can't speak a word of Russian, but I can sure hear the Russians speaking English to me. So I can,
it,
well, of course, it's science. Of course. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Well, math mathematic is universal. That goes beyond Earth. That's just a fact of nature.
yes, and by the way, mathematics term comes from old Arabian culture. So
And
also algebra,
10 fingers, I
algebra.
really like your idea. I really want to be a part of this where you are saying where I want to sit down and I want to talk about everything that the world is doing and everything. And I want us to all to sit here and really contemplate Canadian, a Russian, Chinese person, everybody. Exactly. It's awesome. That's truly a really important thing that you really want to pursue, and I really think that's a if I'm never a part of it, that's okay, but I think it's very important because this reality. Yeah, we gotta break down the break down we gotta break down these barriers of countries and this and that. It has nothing to do with that. We're all people. This
Uh, just for example, just how humans population works. There's the just example. You know, no, no, uh, no, no. Well, I can tell you the more the more funny and the more let's say let's say after that you will realize how silly people's are. So there's the theorem of Poincare. Do you know it? Theorem of Poincare theorem.
I don't know that one.
Okay. Uh, okay. Гипотеза Poincare. So it's something like it's about the let's say if I can just just to show you on the fingers, let's say. For example, let's say there's a rocket on the surface of the Earth ball. You started from nowhere from the uh, Earth, and it flies away, and then by parabola mathematical things, it comes from many years. It comes back to the same position. And imagine there is some kind of, let's say, line from where it starts till the where it comes. And if you will take it, the line, and grab it to yourself, and you will grab it, and if there is no knots, it means there is no superpositions in the
You're
in
talking
the
about
space. Which
and the
one?
deviations between the two parallel lines that you're saying, which also shows distance between two objects.
Yes, yeah, some kind of thing. But if you will drag it to yourself, and this knot will stuck in somewhere many miles, thousands of light years away. So it gives some kind of another understanding of our positions in our life. So is some kind of that we are living not in a bumbling ball. We're living in some kind of very interesting surface that somewhere around of us, but that away from us, in the thousands miles. So it was theorem of Poincaré. Poincaré, it was a scientist who made this kind of possibility, and he made some kind of mathematically, let's say, mathematically things that can prove this kind of theory. But no one's till nowadays may agree it. So one of Russian guys did it, and you know what? He wants. He won the special some kind of cup with lots of money. But he said, "I don't need your money." Russian guys, I don't need money. I don't need money at all because I can change the lives. I don't need the money. And so then, Russian society, Russian television says, "Ah, you are motherfuckers. You are a motherfucker. You have to, yeah, you have to pay these money. Which one you take from your fucking mathematics to the homeless homes of homeless children." And so they just bully him, absolutely just bully him. So just what I can tell you, and nowadays Russia, it was Yuri Gagarin, which was firstly a live man who flies into the open space.
Yeah, first person in space ever.
Yeah. And so this is in nowadays world, this is the man who's mathematically says that this theory works or not. But you know what the Russian society did? They spit in his back and says, "You are a motherfucker. We don't need you." And fuck. And you know what? I don't know. Some of European institutes of Scientology, you know what I mean. Um, let's say space technologies institutes and all this kind of things. He they invite him, and he leaves Russian Federation because nowadays Russian Federation government, they don't need very smart motherfuckers. That's what's up. That's how nowadays government works.
Is that not the example of everything that's happening in society? Is they are shunning the people with any thought patterns, and they are forcing them to shut up and go away, and they are pushing their agenda. Hence, Elon Musk is like, screw you guys, I'm going forward, I'm doing this, and I'm going to, and he's being driven by it. I mean, I'm watching his rockets blow up all the time, and the fact that he is just rolling these things onto the launch pad one after another and saying, let's find out what happens next. It's just incredible to me that the money he's just throwing at this, it's incredible.
Okay, See you later then.
What hope do we have? What hope do we have? We're stuck in this horrible system that's destined to fail. Hmm.
Because they makes money while they sure
Make it fair.
simply
Yeah. Why are they the wild
okay.
horse that are like out there? Like these people are should be the leaders that everyone's looking to. It's I don't get it. I don't.
Uh, guys, let me just let me visit my toilet. I'm sorry, and I will go back and I will tell you what is really going on in this world. Okay.
Hence, like when the what was it, the Chinese or was it the Japanese nuclear plant blew up? It was melting down. Well, yeah, the shores of Western Canada. Yeah, we're sitting there watching shit, and we're like, this is not going to be good. We're waiting for our fisheries to fall apart because guess what? It's global. That shit's happening. It's real.
I'm sorry, I'm back. Guys, I can tell you, I really recommend you. There's a book. There's an interesting book. Uh, there's the book based on the movie that calls Matrix, but uh, there's a really interesting book. One of the books that looks like uh, I remember those time where Castaneda books was very popular. But the book that I want to tell you about was rolling in, let's say, in a dark side. So there's the book. It calls Jake Horsley, and it calls Warrior of Matrix. I just recommend you. You can just sign on your black note. Yeah, you just interesting about it maybe when you have a time. And also, Okay, for example, imagine you are in the head of the train, and there's so many parts of a biggest train behind you, and you trying to stop a whole train, but the train is so complicated that i- if you in the head, you realize you cannot stop it, and you have to find another ways. Yes, yes, and that's how it works. You have to made some kind of weapons, technologies, and you have another enemy conflicts where you. Yes, absolutely. We can go together. We can go together just another day, but we are we are junkies to the simply economic things that builds around this kind of things. So this is the very big train to turn it into another way. And so that's why, for example, and really, what I can tell you, we are living in more better world than well, I can tell you, if you will ask me, do you prefer into living in a post-nuclear world, or do you prefer into living in let's say war of uh, banks? I say I will prefer into the war of banks rather than nuclear frozen world. This is how it works. Absolutely, and that's how it works, man. Because you are one of the thousand peoples, and look around you. How many peoples are educated just like you? Okay, no, no, yeah, that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. It's a whole big train to change it into another way. So that's why world turns into something, and of course it will have so many issues. And we have, of course, right now we have so many issues, and we will have more issues. But there's the issues to the way of new world humanity, let's say like that, and come on, uh, let's say you can fight with that, or you can be a part of that to change it and use it and do something to use to bring it to give it some acceleration to the more comfort, comfort comfortability thing to all of us, to people. And by the way, for example, I can tell you that for example, it was just a 50 years ago. It was Australia, Australia. Australia. There it was. Yeah, it just there's a lot of let's say peoples who walks with the sticks, and when first columnist comes on a plane, peoples from the flocks, they call them, oh, it's a peoples from a giant iron bird. Okay. And
Bush.
how can you nowadays, how can you with your mind, enlightenment ape, can you, how can you give them an information about what happens in the world? It will gives you some kind of just about to turn them into the uh, new type of living habitats, and something like that. It will gives you some kind of 200 years or something like that. And so this is how it goes. It's just a big train, and they are living in last wagons or something like that. So all the things with that we are can do is be cool and show the best. This is how it works, and there is absolutely. But I can tell you, I was an army in Russia, some kind of employer of underground special forces, and many people says, or we've seen um, something in the sky or something like that. So I can tell you, there's the Arigona, and in Arigona there is a lots of um, let's say special rocket bases, and at the same time, people from um, Alaska, they said we have seen the UFO, but there's another UFO. This is the imitation, military, especially imitation of flying objects. And flying objects is about just because you have to practice your new guys in the military, because technologies grows, and it's a new kind of weapons. For example, new weapon that goes. You're a scientific guy, so that's what I'm. Yeah, yeah. There's Absolutely, it's a very simple thing. Uh, so, uh, so for now, I just want to ask you, as a enlightenment man, for example, so right now, uh, just imagine, uh, it was starts, well, let's say it's space mechanics, right? And the space mechanics, as more that we have things, telescopes, another kind of telescopes, another kind of telescopes. We are realize that not just sun spins around itself, and the other planets spins around. So everybody around the sun, every planet spins around itself. And later, because of technologies, we realize that for example, our Earth, we are not just spinning around ourselves. We're spinning in the prediction. So it has some kind of yeah, 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 yes. Uh, yes, yes. So let's go back. So you get the idea. So from there, let's imagine we already sons of the stars, and we have this knowledge. And let's see from there to the peoples from for example, China's republic, from some part of a small ball that calls um, Earth, and we have a small generation of peoples that calls themselves Chinese, and they are very old generation. But from there, from the stars, we are looking at them, and we are realize that they don't have a satellites. They don't have many things, but they built a great culture. Okay, I'm okay with their culture. It's okay. But from our orbit, let's say, from our orbit, now you realize how stupid they are, just because they had the great, they're a very cool guys. They are absolutely great guys. But to the time that their generation lived in, and they try to look on the stars, but nowadays we are realize we have a predictions, we understand how space technologies looks, everything, and so this is how it works. We're for now we're living in absolutely another world, and of course we have many absolutely many countries, which ones some of them tries to uh move to us, let's say, orbital intelligence society. And also, they try to say, hey, man, we have so many rednecks to try to understand them. And this is how it works. So it's a big train. That's what I'm talking about. And of course, that's why for example, we have many people that comes to the uh, uh, Moscow to me into the post-Soviet generation, and many of them they said, man, Dmitry, there's a lot of very interesting thing, but the cities are very different." I says, "Okay, just because of society, and of course, just because of economically, because new generations they tried to go." Yeah, because yeah, absolutely.
I'm a listener, man. I sit there and just listen. I don't shove shit on people. I love to hear everyone's opinion and I soak it all in and my mind is going in the background, but I don't push my stuff onto society. So I don't know what to say. I mean, I oh, absolutely. I think when you start pulling people and just what's happening tonight for me is just a revolution. I mean, the fact that I'm talking to an American that's on the eastern seaboard of USA and I'm Midwest. Okay, sorry, you're down the middle, and then we got like a from Moscow, and we got a guy from Moscow who's literally it's like I was looking at it's what the time now is 5 to 5 in the morning. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he's obviously intrigued for being here because he's talking to a couple of
I'm
North
doing
American.
well. Let's see.
But I don't know. That's a bigger problem is us not talking. Because it shouldn't be a situation in our world that we live in right now that where we're looking at each other through the powers of media and being like, wow, this is cool. Like, no, we're way past this is cool. This has been around for years. We should have been having these conversations and bettering ourselves long ago. So maybe that's how things roll, is that maybe it's a little bit slow on the upkeep and on the upbringing, and that maybe it's a thing that is emerging. Maybe it's something that's the cutting edge. I don't know. Basically, basically, we can look at it like, hey, let's meet on the United Internet Space Station of the world, where we can all come together and say, you know what, we opened the airlock and we met each other and say, hey, what's up? What do you think of things? And that's basically what it's about. That's it. It's Mech Warrior now. Yeah. Ping me whenever you want. I'm always hanging around. I do lots of role playing games and things like that. But MechWarrior is my side gig. I'm always playing MechWarrior every day. Really? I used to watch your stream all the time. Naked, but yeah, she was Latino, sort of Brazilian girl. Yeah, never been there. Not allowed. My wife's on my left. She's like, "What the hell are you talking about? You're not in that kind of control." Yeah, no problem. I can kill my stream because I can just be that voice. Yeah, you haven't given no, you haven't given me nothing. I probably don't play often enough. Yeah, I gotta drop this because apparently our Russian friend readied it up, but he's not launching. So I'm gonna. Yeah.
I did the invitation for all of you guys.
Yeah, maybe you went to the washroom, the latrine, down in the old KGB subs. But
Yeah, KGB gets me, but I said, fuck you guys. I'm a cool guy, so you can do
No, you're an awesome
nothing
guy.
to
You're not.
me. Yeah,
Or people like if you go better. I got a half beer, but I got a top.
I have to go, guys. I have to go to my unit.
I'm here. I'm just trying to eat some food. I won't miss. I won't miss. I'll be there. This is what steak dinner looks like. Chew and go.
Evening, y'all. Good evening.
Into the breach, meatbags.
Are online.
Or not. Yeah, whatever.
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems are dank.
I'm watching. I'm watching. Trying to eat and play at the same time. It's one of my classic techniques is to wash the dishes and play MechWarrior. When Bitch and Betty starts, you know it's time to drop the dishes and run. Gotta look at the fuck mech I'm playing. This thing's pretty fucking solid, man.
Tactical
It
nuke
crushes
ready.
pretty hard. It's got no range, though. No range at all. I'm good for 250. In the backside. No, we're all good. They lost interest long ago.
Jump juice 25.
Biggest thing is just waiting out to see what the
No more
morons are
jump
going to
juice.
do before we actually do something serious.
Jump
you're
juice
going deep.
25%. No more jump
That's what she
juice.
said.
Piranha, let's get it. You know there's only one bitch here. We gonna rape him. Let's find him.
Oh geez, it's a bad guy.
No, let's not get him.
Tactical nuke ready. You taking the piss, mate? Jump juice 25%. Right arm is getting wrecked. LRM douchebag is after you.
My thing is when I play with people, I don't actually like play my normal game. My normal game, I would never be on this ridge at all. So I gotta just play my game and
Inbound.
it'll be better.
Fight me, bro.
Help you when it matters.
Tactical nuke inbound. Jump juice 25%. Right torso is getting wrecked. Right arm got us.
No one else went in.
Machine gun ammo destroyed for fuck's sake. Small laser destroyed.
Just
Why
saw a
did you take it
proctologist run
anyway?
by.
Machine gun destroyed. No more jump juice.
These are gonna.
Yeah, we're too spread. This will be a loss.
They're not going in.
25%. Hold locks for LRM.
Trying to find a position where I could actually do something. Everyone's out of range. And invisible walls.
Jump juice 25%. No more jump juice. It's that annoying LRM guy again. Left arm is getting wrecked. Left leg is getting wrecked. Fight me, bro. Another potato inside. Right leg is getting wrecked. Machine gun destroyed. Left arm got ass blasted. Machine gun ammo destroyed for fuck's sake. Right torso is destroyed. Good job. Your CT got wrecked.
God, no.
Left leg is destroyed. Never skip it.
Yeah, so
I don't think people went in. When they saw the red dots, I think they ran away.
all I can do is run. I'm so far from any team member, it doesn't even matter. I got no chance here. Yeah, I know.